Hey, good morning. This is Lucas Offenkamp. I am this morning speaking with Pastor Denny Curran. Pastor Denny is going to be one of our speakers at Men's Retreat coming up here in just a couple weeks. And he's been kind enough to give me a few moments of time to ask him a couple questions and introduce him to you guys. So, Pastor Denny, welcome. I'm glad to have you here giving us some moments. Can you give us a little bit about your background? Your family, where you grew up, and who do you have in the Super Bowl?
Well, a little bit about my background. I wasn't born Assembly of God. I wasn't raised in this AG. I was born and raised as a Catholic and had a dramatic experience in my bedroom when I prayed a 15-word prayer. Dear Lord, if you're real, prove yourself to me right now, and I'll give you my life. And it changed my life, and it changed it in a snap of a finger. I was in a lot of trouble and had big dreams for my life, but realized I wasn't going to attain it. And I really felt the next big event of my life was probably my funeral, and that experience was so powerful and life changing. In fact, it scared me so much I ran out of my bedroom, which was in the basement upstairs, and locked myself in the bedroom in a bathroom. And I waited for 20 minutes to kind of settle down, and I opened the door to my bedroom and said, Lord, if you get out of my bedroom, I will come down and finish that prayer.
Wow.
And I did. I went down, and then the next prayer I prayed was, Lord, I will go anywhere to anyone you want me to share this experience
Wow.
that I just had. And those are exact words. And that's what I've been doing ever since. I didn't realize it would lead me into ministry. I was in the Catholic Church one week, and pretty soon the next week I was at North Central University. I prayed my rosary. It's for 6 weeks at the college. Didn't know anybody, but I just made myself available to God. Said, God, whatever you're doing in the world, I want to be a part of it. Ended up in a rural setting. He drugged me up Highway 55 out of Minneapolis. Well, I drugged myself. I didn't want to leave the cities, but went out to a small town in central Minnesota and stayed 18 years there and just loved it. Fell in love with the rural community, rural people, rural pastors. Loved the fishing and hunting and the atmosphere and culture you find in the rural ministry, and just thrived in that. After 18 years, I decided to plant a church and planted a church in Cold Spring, Minnesota. Again, I guess I didn't decide. The district decided for me. It's something I did not want to do because I didn't think I had the ability or the skill level. But went ahead and did it. I took 6 people, and over a period of time, just grew gradually. In 2004, 2005, we made the top 100 fastest growing churches in America. And we're just in a small town. At that time, our town was about 3,000 people, or 4,000 now. But grew that church to around 800 to 1,000. They're running over 1,000 many weekends now. But out of that, we planted 7 other churches. And I've been able to speak just not around the country, but around the world to tell my story and to challenge men, women, and young people to serve God and enjoy the benefits that comes from giving Him a lifetime of your life. And that's been pretty much my ministry in a nutshell.
You've been to Lakewood Park Bible Camp a couple times previously for fishing trips. So is outdoors hunting, fishing, is that a big part of your life?
Yeah, I raised my kids outdoors. We find that you take a kid fishing, you'll sell them, grow up in court, So we've done a lot of fishing. We've taken men. I take men's on men's retreats to Canada. We've come to a couple times to Devil's Lake, and just use it as a time of connecting men with men and connecting men with their fathers with sons. And it's been a tremendous benefit teaching kids and even adults the skill of fishing has been a lot of fun for me.
Yeah, excellent, excellent. Um, a lot of preachers, pastors have a message that is just really close to their heart, resonates with them, a type of message that you'd say, I wish everybody could understand this. Is there a message in your heart that you say, I wish every Christian man would know what I know?
I wish they knew how the value of serving God and the benefits that come from it. There's so many byproducts. So Psalm 103 says, forget not all his benefits. And then he starts to list them. And I see a lot of people come to faith in Christ, and then over a period of time, it cools off. For me, when I got saved, I was head over heels for Jesus. I was passionate and someone said to me, a couple older people say, well, that's good that you're passionate now, but one day that'll wear off. And it hasn't for me, but I've seen it happen for others. I'm still as passionate today as I am for others. And Lucas, I've done a few good things. And we've planted a church in the third highest concentration in an area. It's the third highest concentration of Catholics in the world, and it went well. We planted a lot of churches around the state of Minnesota, some overseas, and you can take all those. When I go to heaven, when I take all those, I'm going to say, God, here's what I got. Here's the church building, or here's my boat, or here's my car, my house. No, the only thing I can bring is my family. And that's probably the biggest accomplishment in my life. All my kids love the Lord. All my grandkids love the Lord. They're being trained to become pastors. Some of them aren't right now, and one of them speaking around the country is a freshman in college because he loves God. And that to me is what I'm passionate about. Is say, man, listen, it's not that hard. It's not as hard as the devil thinks or is making it look like to you. You can serve God and enjoy the byproducts of that. And it comes out on your wife and it comes out on your kids. So I'm passionate for a message like that. That's one of the messages. Of course, missions is another one that
Yeah.
I'm passionate about.
Well, that is wonderful though. Just when you pause and you say that statement, forget not all of his benefits. There's something even exciting in thinking, okay, what have I forgotten recently, or what have I not focused on? What have I not learned yet? Great message. Um, you mentioned in our earlier conversation together, some of your ministry work is to help pastors reach the next level in their ministry experience. How about for men, just a general man who is serving God and wanting to walk with Him, maybe has had some level of consistency, but feels there's more. What would you say to the man who says, "I want to go to the next level in my walk with Christ"? How would you coach or counsel that man?
Man, I think he all he has to do is put his feet or his footsteps to that desire. God's given us all the resources we need: His Word, His Spirit, and the church, and get deeply involved in something that you're passionate about. The thing that keeps me passionate for God is reaching people, and the first group of people I want to reach is my family. And when you become a passionate man of God, you watch the benefits again, as I say, to your family. So men have to understand the importance of their role as a father, and how God wants to bless that. Again, I'll say it again. It's not as hard as what men make it. I just can't do that. But if you follow that desire, and I think a lot of men, especially today, Lucas, I'm seeing it all over. Young men uh, are coming to Christ and they're staying passionate for God. And I think for men, once they get that passion, is to, just as you did, ask somebody, how can I take this to the next level? Share it with a group of men, and I find sharing it with the right men. Say, listen, guys, I'm hungry for God. Let's go together, and you'll find that there are other men that have that same passion and are willing to get to the next level. And there's some men who simply do not have that passion. So what I tell guys, stop walking with the turkeys and start flying with the eagles. And God will do incredible things in your life.
Well, thanks so much, Pastor Denny, for your time. Again, he's going to be one of our speakers at Men's Retreat. Our theme is eternity, and our intent is that through every message and all that we do, that we have a thought toward eternity and the responsibilities that we have, and our destiny. We want to be impacted by that message. Pastor Denny will be sharing twice Friday morning at Men's University, and then he'll be preaching in the evening service Friday night, and then Saturday morning at 8:30 there'll be a Light for the Lost missions breakfast. Pastor Denny will be speaking for that too. You can go to andymen.org/events for more details and to register. The campground is basically full. We maybe have one room left. You can still get rooms in town. We're not anywhere near a registration cap as far as chapel seating, so there's plenty of space. You'd have to lodge in town, probably unless, if you contact another church in the area, you can maybe find a group that's got space in their room. ndmen.org/events. We're looking forward to seeing you there and to see you again, Pastor Denny, in person. We look forward to it.
It's going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to it as well, Lucas.
Wonderful. Thanks so much, Pastor.